is the safe dip. We're super excited to share this with you because dips are so romantic. So romantic. And if you want to learn more dips, please go check out our website. There's a link below. And subscribe so you can get all the different moves and new dips that we're going to be putting up here as they come out.
Yep. And today we want to do the safe dip is what it's called. We'll just give you a little glimpse of what it is while you're dancing. Just normally, you just go just like that. That's the safe dip. And then you can go back to the cuddle bop, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Should we break it down?
Let's break it down.
Okay.
Let's get right into it. So if you haven't learned the cuddle bop yet, which you should have, that's our #1 move to learn. And it has half of this move in it.
Yep.
Meaning if you know your cuddle bop, this dip's going to be really easy for you.
Okay.
Right? So, just like the cuddle bop, gents.
And we'll just assume that you already know the cuddle bop. If you don't, go check out that video. Because it applies on like every single move. And we're going to say the same thing on every single video.
Yeah. So hopefully cuddle bops are most viewed. That'd be fun. Anyways, okay. So, what you're going to do is you're going to take your left hand across your chest and you're going to spin your lady in front of you. Instead of trading places, notice how he puts his hand on my back. Right there, and he keeps it there as he turns me with this one all the way till he puts his hand, he uses his hand to put my hand around his neck like this. They call this a safe dip because she's got 2 handles, right, ladies? We've got a bicep and we've got his neck. Okay, and let's just go through that part one more time because it's important to know where she's turning because she's facing like this, right? She does a full 360 till she's facing him again, and then a little more till she's tucked right inside. Can you turn a little bit? Okay. Right inside his pec muscle, right here. Okay.
Okay. So from the guy's perspective, let's just back that up. So we're right here, and you spin her. You put your hand on her lower back, and you're actually, and we'll turn. So it's just like if we were doing it like right here. So you put your hand on her lower back and you actually keep it there, wrap it around, and you're bringing her right arm over your neck, just like she said. And she's perpendicular to your chest, the middle of your chest. She's gonna be in there like really tight because you're dipping her. You don't want to like be loose out here and then she's hanging out because it can be like a little more dangerous, I guess.
And gets heavier.
Yeah.
The closer she is, the closer we are, ladies, the lighter we are.
Yeah.
So we want to stay close and we want to keep our whole bodies tight.
And then when you go to dip her, something important about dips that I should explain first is that you always want to have a good base. So like I remember when I was playing basketball, one of my coaches, he said, everybody get in a basketball stance. And I got like in the lowest stance I could possible, and I saw like him going, and he was like testing people's stances, and he go like and push them, and then they fall over because they didn't have a good stance. And then he came over to me, and I was like leaning way forward, and I was like, oh, he's not gonna push me over. And he came and he pulled me forward, and I fell down because I didn't have a good stance. I need to be centered. And I need to be able to move in any direction when I go and dip or I lift or anything where I'm maneuvering her. I need to have a good stance. And even when I'm doing the cuddle bop, I'm still in that like rock position. My knees are rocking. I don't ever want to be like straight up and down, or my feet are close together. Okay, so the same applies in this dip. When I go, I turn her. She's perpendicular to me, right? So we're forming like a T. She's like this and I'm like this. I get my stance and I take my left foot and I step out and I dip her just like that. Okay, it's not that big. You can go like that. You can go like that. Like you don't have to go that far. And that's the dipping portion of the move. So we talked about the first, how to get into it. Second, how to dip, and then there's a third part of how to get out of it. Did you have anything else to say on the dip?
Yes, I just want to teach the girls how to hold our bodies. So part of what makes this, works so well is that I'm not back bending, okay? So I don't back bend and I don't kick my leg out.
Yeah.
For this kind of dip, it's really compact. And the more compact we are, the lighter we are. Okay, the more guys love to dip us, and it feels super romantic to be dipped. So we want this.
And something to share with you guys. We have a lot of people that come to our dance hall because we have a dance hall in St. George, Utah. If you're ever here, come. But there are a lot of people that come and listen to the exact same feedback that she's giving, and probably half do it and half don't. And the half that don't, it's super hard to dance with them. It doesn't feel that good. They're just throwing their body around, or they don't know how to actually follow where the guy is going. But when they follow what she's saying, they feel good to dance with. I don't know how else to describe that, but they like feel good to dance with. It like feels good when the girl like has even doing the cuddle bop with them. When the girl has good tension, you're like, oh yes, that just like feels good in my hands. It's the same when you're doing dips. So this is super important to listen up to this.
And this just makes you the best. So if you want to be the best, listen to this. Okay? So let's just go through our whole body, right? Let's start with our toes. Okay? You always want to point one toe and keep it close to the other. So you could point it out here, but try it and you'll feel it in your abs, your whole body. It's hard.
And especially when you're pregnant, it hurts too.
Yeah. But when you tuck it in close like this, not only does it look really good, but it makes you more compact and tighter, right? And by lifting that one leg, you can actually go back farther. And that's the second piece. Your shoulders and your hips usually stay aligned in that whole dip, right? So I'm bending this knee, not my back. Okay, so when I dip back, it falls back like that. But you watch a country dance, right? And you do a dip, and she looks like that. That's all my head, right? It's all my head. My whole body stays compact, but my head, okay? So feel free to add as much head as you want, but in your dipping, your body stays here. Now if you're doing like ballroom or something, they often, right, they keep it a lot of form right there, and that's really beautiful. But in country dancing, you want a lot of flow, because that's what country does. So that's where your head is. So toes, point it and bend it. Knees, that's where you bend. Your hips and shoulders, they stay aligned, and you tighten that core. And then your head is what adds your flip or your flare or what looks like a back bend.
Yep.
But you keep your whole body straight.
Yep. So basically, let's get to that point. So you're just doing the cuddle bop, right? And you have that tension. You go to dip her, you bend down, and then when you're coming out of it, you take this right hand that's on her and you just flip her out. Just like that. Okay? So we dip her, and then you take that right hand and you just flip her out and catch her with your left. And it looks super cool. And there are so many people that dip. I used to be one of these guys before I found out about this, that I dip and then I just come right back to dancing. And you can do that, but I really like that spin. That right hand, you just spin as hard as you can, and probably not as hard as you can because you might hurt somebody or your girl. But you spin her out and then you catch her with that left.
And ladies, stick out your right tippy top.
Yeah. And when you catch something important is you dip her and you spin her out, and I stick my left hand out and it catches her elbow, goes down to her hand. And so that way I'm not trying to just like let's say that I dip you, push you out, and I'm like trying to catch her hand. I don't want to do that. I want to like slowly go down. And remember, everything involves that rubber band tension. So it's not just catching, it's brittle and going into it. It's like catch and you kind of extend a little bit, and both of you want to rubber band out but then pull back in, and you just go right back into the cuddle bop. Anything else that you see that would be a tip for girls or guys?
I think just girls, a lot of girls' arms get stuck right here.
Oh, that's so true.
Right?
That's so true.
So many get caught right here.
Their left arm right here.
And that,
it's like,
right. And
that's so true.
sometimes that just happens, right? But a good lead, when you feel that hand on your back, that's when you know to start lifting your hand. Not here, right? Just here.
I always get afraid when she teaches somebody else. She's like, lift up your arm.
Yeah. So you got to be careful of his face. So I'll try and aim for his shoulder, right?
But you
So
never do hit me.
I'll take my hand and I'll aim for his shoulder, because then I know just to go just over that shoulder, so that I can catch here. Because as a girl, I also hold myself in that pec muscle, and that's also what makes me lighter.
Yeah.
So just with this left hand, as he puts his hand on your back, and he's not trading places with you, right? He's just sitting. Let's turn so they can see what happens. So right here, I've got here, I come and just go over that shoulder a little bit. So I do have my elbow here, and if I could elbow him here when that comes. Guys, if you don't want to get hit, lead spinner so she's out here a little bit, and then use that hand to bring her in here. The biggest key is using this hand to spin her, not this one. She put that hand on her back, yes, but then this is the hand that I'm holding on to that pulls me in that finish right here.
Yep, and it's called the safe dip for a reason, because I don't know of any other dip where you have more points of contact. When I go to dip her, I have my hand, then I have my chest, that's holding her as well. She has her own arm, and she has her left arm, and I have my left hand as well. So there's like 5 points of contact that I'm going dipping, and then I'm letting her go, boom, and I'm catching her hand, and I'm going straight back into the cuddle ball. Okay, does that make sense to you guys? All right. Yeah, but that was the safe dip. Do you have anything else, Jessica?
That was it. Good job.
Good job. You guys are doing awesome. And again, remember the online course. If you guys are like, yes, I love videos like this, I want more. We can't put everything up on YouTube. There just isn't enough space. We have to put it on our online course, and we know that you guys will value it a lot more. We've actually tested this recently. Somebody who just bought the course just a few days ago is already 18% through the course just in a few days, because they're just going at it. But other people who we just gave it to for free haven't really done anything. They're like 3 or 4% done through the course. So we've realized that when you guys do pay for it, and it's not just free on YouTube, you guys value it a lot more, and then you become a better dancer too.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I didn't believe it till I saw it.
Invest in yourself. It's not even about us. We already know how to do this. We already know how to dance. We want you guys to dance, have fun date nights, take girls out, or take your wife out, or whoever. Take your husband out.
Sought after girl on the dance floor.
Yeah, exactly. It's getting too cold now. We're getting the goosebumps, so we're gonna go. But dance your hearts out.
Good luck, guys.